This is the Throttle Out Show presented by Vixen Industries, the only show where monster truck drivers and mechanics come together to present what's happening in the monster truck community. It's the ultimate combination of torque, horsepower, and trash talk. And now for your host. First, straight out of the heart of Detroit Rock City, it's Kid Rock's neighbor and former driver of the VKT ride truck. It's Austin Spence. And the duo deep in the heart of Texas, it's the show owner and daughter of a man who conquered the industry for over 20 years. It's Harley Johnson, along with everyone's favorite Bryce Kenny lookalike, Austin Tweedy. So go ahead, fuel up, strap in, and remember, when in doubt, throttle out.
Life is a whole lot better when your foot is to the floor. What's up, everybody? Austin K. Tweedy here, along with the lovely Miss Harley Johnson. What's going on, everybody? How we doing tonight? Hope y'all had a great weekend. Spent some good time with the fam.
It's Labor Day weekend.
Maybe y'all.
Hopefully you guys have the day off tomorrow.
You didn't do a whole lot of laboring.
Unfortunately, I don't.
And there's no laboring tomorrow. Shouldn't be anyways. I got the day off tomorrow. So let's get down to some monster truck discussion. Let's talk about what happened this past weekend. Let's talk about some drama. You know, we love that drama here at the Throttle Out Show. And let's get our guy Spence on here. What's going on with this guy up there in Detroit, Rock City?
Oh, my gosh, guys. It has been a great weekend for monster trucks. Let's just throwing that out there right now.
Well, Spence, why don't you go ahead and ring us in with some stuff that's going on right now?
Well, unfortunately, we have to start the show with some sad news. So for those of you that may or may not follow Bryce Kenny on social media, on Instagram, we lost a warrior on Friday. Christian Heady passed away Friday morning peacefully, and Bryce made this post. I wanted to read it to everybody that's tuning in tonight. Christian Heady passed away peacefully Friday morning after battling cancer for almost 2 years. Bryce met him back with his diagnosis, just a normal 10-year-old kid excited for Monster Jam. Then he showed up in Tampa this past year in the middle of his battle, and we became buds. This video was back in Kansas City when he came to Monster Jam in June after they did a trial treatment in Seattle that failed. He fought the warrior fight and finished the race, and now we pray for his mom, Ashley, and his dad, Doug, and the rest of his family that left with so many questions and pain of their own at losing him. This warrior loved his family, Monster Jam, his Chiefs, football, number 88, and all sorts of racing. But I'm amazed at how far the ripple effect of his courage have reached all over the United States. 12 years old is too young to leave this earth, but I am thankful we will see you again one day, my friend, and that you're out of pain for eternity. Thanks for the laughs, the inspiration, and the friendship, Bryce Kenny.
We are grateful for that young man's life and the legacy that he leaves behind, and we're absolutely praying and pulling for his family and having to deal with. I couldn't imagine having to deal with that, so we're definitely going to be thinking about them. And definitely shout out to Bryce for being just such I don't want to say, a good sport, but I mean just a good role model for anybody.
Say what you want about Bryson's driving style. That man has got a heart of gold, to be 100% honest, as do so many people in this industry, because at the end of the day, here on the Throttle Out Show, we like to trash talk, especially some of the Monster Jam guys. But at the end of the day, we all love this sport, and seeing a fellow fan at such a young age, lose his fight to cancer is extremely sad. But every one of us here, we're praying for the Heady family and hoping for, just time of healing.
Praying and pulling for y'all. So now we got that announced. Let's talk about some monster trucks now. Let's talk about what happened this past weekend. I think possibly Harley Joe. I know you got a whole lineup, a whole script going on over here. What we're going to start with first.
A script, and there's a lot of results from this weekend. So,
yeah,
we'd like to start off with Cincinnati, Ohio, because Spence put something for us to watch other than just normal Monster Jam recap videos. Spence decided to put together a Beam and G video.
Couldn't help myself. Something a little entertaining. By the way, I did not drive realistic whatsoever. But thanks to the Beam and G guys for letting me kind of play around with some of the toys that are soon to be coming out on Beam Monsters. If you guys like anything you see here, go check out beammonsters.com and the Beam and G game. Now, I gotta say, of the 3 arena shows that happened this weekend that we're going to be going over tonight, I believe Cincinnati would have been the show to be at. Now, obviously, we don't care about arena shows. but the lineup guys.
Yeah.
Morgan Kane has finally got back in the seat of Hooked. He got back in the seat of a monster truck. He finally got strapped in. It wasn't the black and green wrecking machine, but it was great to see him get behind the wheel again. But also representing Team Sims and the Stone Crusher was Chad Tingler, both former Monster Jam drivers driving for an independent team. And they got to go out and kind of, well, I can't really say show them how they did, because Harley, who won the very first event in Cincinnati.
Well, we had Colton go out and win the first overall. He also took racing, and then we had Elvis take home the skills and freestyle, and we had Kayla take home the donut win for show 1. And then show 2, we had Elvis take home racing, freestyle, and overall, and then Colton took home the skills, and then Kristen Anderson took home the donuts win in show 2. And then show 3, Elvis took home racing and freestyle, and Colton took home skills, donuts, and overall. So unfortunately, we didn't see any wins for Morgan Kane or Chad Tingler, but it would have been a fun show to go see.
Oh, 100%. And I love that there's quite a bit of back and forth between Colton and Elvis. You know, I was kind of expecting there to be a bit more of a Gravedigger / Max D back and forth, because we all know Kristen has been sweeping everything out there in arenas. And to see Colton, you know, come out swinging and have to put up a good fight against Elvis, pretty impressive. So, but
this was a fun fact for me. I didn't know this till just within the last couple of weeks but Morgan Kane actually came from the independent world driving Mopar Magic. I had no idea. I thought he was another talent that the field had scouted out and had him come try out. And you know, obviously, you know, we call these guys, you know, the pretty faces. You know, they can talk on TV, all that good stuff. But no, he actually came from the independent world. Is back in the independent world, and I love seeing that.
Oh, absolutely. But I believe, didn't Chad Tingler also come from the independent side, or has he always been Monster Jam through and through?
That's a good question. I don't know a whole lot about Chad Tingler other than
I don't
he's
either.
a pretty cool dude.
Oh my gosh. Tweety, you're supposed to know everything, man. Come on. You're slacking. No. But I got to say, it was really cool seeing that, you know, for those who've never been to Ohio, Cincinnati is like very, very bottom of Ohio, like basically borderline Kentucky.
Yeah.
And seeing that the guys from Raising Cane Racing drove all the way up to Lima, Ohio, which is about a 2-hour drive to display. I think I actually heard that they displayed both of their trucks. I heard and saw about Raising Cane, but I guess FTI Torque was somewhere else on campus as well. So super cool that those guys were able to go out of their way, show off the trucks, let the students kind of check it out and everything before going to the show, basically driving back down to Cincinnati, Ohio. So super cool of them.
Now, something I think that's worth mentioning, and I don't know because we're watching the BMG version here, but did Colton drive a front engine Max D this past weekend?
Yes, he did. He did.
Nice.
He was running a front engine Max D in an arena show, which honestly, we still don't have a front engine monster truck in BMG. Not yet. Hopefully one day.
I don't know if it's worth mentioning or not, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about it anyways. Whose truck do you think Colton is actually driving? Do you think he's driving Tom's chassis that just swapped the seat out, or do you think he's actually driving Neil's, you know, now former chassis, because Neil's not driving anymore, and it'd just be an easier, you know, fit, you know, just get Colton, swoop right in and take that chassis over.
Well, don't they technically have 3 chassis? Because let's see, was it Mark McDonald also running a front engine truck? So I'd imagine they'd have at least 3 front engine chassis laying around.
Mark McDonald
in the Paxton
running
shop.
A front engine truck. Chuck Warner was.
Chuck Warner. Thank you. Yeah, that would be the one I was thinking of. But yeah. I don't know, because I heard one of those trucks got extremely destroyed from one show. So there's a good possibility. But regardless, seeing a front engine Willman chassis in an arena show, I'm pretty jealous. I honestly want to see that.
No, that's cool. Let's give a shout out to people who are watching tonight. James, Trantina, what's up there with the USA 1 operation? Hope you and your family are happy and healthy. Good to see you tuning in. And also to you, you know, spammer monster truck driver accounts down in here in the comments section. We love seeing y'all come out and hang out with us each and every week, and that's been a new thing for us, I guess, in the last week or two. But it's been
last show we had ourselves watching, and then now this show we're having Tom Metz and Todd LeDuc.
Yeah,
we're going back and forth.
Yeah,
this is entertaining. I love watching this.
Oh, we got Skull Crusher.
Oh, what up, Shane? What's going on, baby? We know you had a big weekend over there in the Californias, and we're going to get to that in just a little bit. Don't you worry. We're going to get into your highlights and your broken leg, and you're still powering through and driving. We'll get to that in just a minute, good buddy.
What?
Let's talk about something else that happened out on the West Coast. Let's talk about something that happened out there in San Jose, California, home of the Sharks, I might add. What happened out there in San Jose? I know David Tutall was out there this past
David
week.
was there, but you know who took home a lot of the wins this weekend was Armando Castro. Took
Whoa,
home a lot
really?
of the
Wow.
Armando.
So for show one, Armando took home racing and skills, and then Bari took home donuts, of course. And then Brandon Vincent took home freestyle and overall. And then show two, it kind of switched up a little bit. Brandon Vincent took home racing and skills. Bari again took home the donut win. And then Armando took home freestyle and overall. And then show three, Armando took home racing and skills. And then Brittany took home the donuts win. And then Brandon Vincent took home freestyle and overall. And there was another show today that I don't have the results for. But it was like going back and forth between Armando and Brandon Vincent for sure this weekend.
Hey, I mean, still, you just hate to see Gravedigger always up there. But nothing against Brandon Vincent, but it's always someone fighting with Gravedigger. But again, that's why I like Cincinnati, because Gravedigger wasn't always up there. It was between Max D
the results
Mohawk.
for the last show today. Armando won racing and two-wheel. Brandon won donuts and freestyle. And then, like we said, Bari won overall.
Heck yeah.
Hey, let's skip this for just a second. We'll come back to the San Jose conversation in a minute, because James Tranzina is starting some controversy here on the show. Want to know if Austin Spence is announcing that he's coming to work for Team USA 1 on this show. Is it going to be the next show? What's going on here,
gosh.
Spence? You got an announcement to make there?
Maybe don't put Spence on the spot yet.
Yeah, no kidding. So for those that don't know, actually, recently my mom, she had a recent injury. She was watching one of her friend's kids, and there was a dog that attacked. So me and my wife have been helping her a lot more around the house, because she really can't do a whole heck of a lot. So I can't really make a determinate, like I can't fully commit to going to USA 1 just yet. It's not a no. It's just there's a lot going on right now. So
Heady, are you in the comments? Are you listening? Can you confirm or deny what's going on? We want to know. Somebody give us around here.
I think she's playing Pokemon right now in our bedroom.
Oh.
So I don't know.
Mom, are you watching tonight? Can you confirm or deny if he's coming along?
We'll see. Like I said, there's a I was being a total smartass. Hey, regardless though, I saw that one of the ride trucks are heading out to James Trantina. I think it was the Barely Tame ride truck from Zane is finally heading out to Minnesota. So super cool that they're getting that. I want to drive it. Just can't commit to anything just yet. I hate it.
Confirm.
Whoa.
See, all right, there you go. Spence is going up to Michigan.
I'm in Michigan.
Minnesota.
Oh my god. Can
Sorry.
confirm a lot going on right now.
She said
Sorry.
confirm that there's a lot going on right now. Not that he's going up to Minnesota just yet.
Total
Yeah.
letdown. Total letdown.
It was the master of disaster ride trips.
There you go.
Okay. Gotcha. So
There you go. But we will be keeping up with that team. I'm very excited for what's going on with Team USA.
without a doubt.
Barely
Without a
Tame.
doubt.
Master of Disaster, getting a ride truck involved, some display trucks, obviously. From what it sounds like their shop is pretty badass too. So we're gonna have to make a trip up there and see what's going on up there if Spence doesn't get up there anyways. But we will definitely be keeping up with all them. Anyways, back to San Jose. I don't know if y'all kept up with our Instagram posts and what I was putting out yesterday on our Throttle Out Show Instagram post, but David Tutall had on a face mask yesterday. It totally made him look like freaking Hannibal Lecter. And so I just want to get
it looked like a beige colored mask he was wearing for some reason. So it just looked like a Hannibal
Somebody
Lecter.
just took some white paint or something, just put like some bar marks on his face. He would have totally looked like Hannibal Lecter. So Tutall, I love you. I hope you had a fun weekend out there and in the Jurassic Attack racing. Your former driver that you used to crew for in Bari Musauer. Hey, do you think Shaq was upset this past weekend that Bari was not in Orlando?
My gosh.
Out there in
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Can we talk about Bari doing a cartwheel during pit party? For those that don't follow Brandon Vincent on Instagram, you totally missed out. But Brandon was like doing some kind of promo or something for pit party, and you see poor Bari Musauer attempting a cartwheel in the background.
Attempting. We used the word attempting a cartwheel in the background. It was
funny. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. But regardless, we were talking about this recently before we came on the show, but I was blown away to hear that Alien Invasion won an overall in a Reno event, because not trying to dog on Bernard or anything, but I honest to God, I did not know if Alien Invasion has ever won overall an arena event. We know he's won some elements.
I know Alien Invasion has won an event or an overall event. I don't know if it was this year, according to you.
I thought it was. I thought Bernard came back and won one of the first events, but maybe he just won a few elements. I don't know. But nonetheless, definitely excited to see Alien Invasion in the winner's circle. John Brody getting out there, getting his name out there in the limelight. Attaboy, John Brody. And for all you crew guys who are back there rinsing on the trucks, getting these trucks out, like Lexi Warner this past weekend, working on, was it Soldier Fortune with Caleb Blood? That truck went down. They've been wrestling that truck. It's been a nightmare of a piece. I don't know if it's a newer chassis or older chassis. Doesn't matter. It's still a monster truck, and they have problems nonstop. And when it comes to electrical, definitely motor issues, I mean, they make what, living the dream of monster trucks a nightmare, living hell. And Lexi's been and Caleb's been trying to get the bugs worked out on that truck. So hats off to you, Lexi, for putting that truck in the winner's circle down there winning donuts. And what show were they at this past weekend? Was that Baltimore or was that Cincinnati?
That was Cincinnati. Kayla was at.
Yep.
Cincinnati. Team Girl Power. How about that? Now,
Team Girl Power.
Let's get out there to Baltimore, Maryland, Harley Joe. What's going on in Baltimore this past weekend?
We had Tristan England take home the racing and overall win for show 1, and then we had Tyler Menninga take home the skills and freestyle, and Cynthia took home the donut win. And for show 2, we had Tristan take home racing and skills. Cynthia took home the donut again for show 2, and then Tyler took home freestyle and overall. And then the exact same results from show 2 happened for show 3. So Tyler took home another overall event, and I believe they have another show tomorrow, which is weird to have a show on a Monday, but they are having one tomorrow.
It's Labor Day. That means the crew guys take a break.
Yeah, no joke. But hey, attaboy Tristan, get out there and represent the Throttle Out show, getting some victories, taking the Sharky truck to winner's circle. And who's his crew chief? Is it Woody? Is Woody his crew chief?
Yeah, Josh Woodard was his crew chief this weekend, which, if you guys don't know, Josh Woodard was the crew chief of the reigning freestyle champion, Lindsey Reed.
That's right.
Yep.
So Tristan's in good hands working with that guy in the Shark truck. Now, let's just get into some first quarter drama real quick. Do we think that Tristan England's going to be driving Megalodon next year?
I can see him driving Megalodon.
I think no matter what he drives, he's going to bring his A game. The reason why I don't care for I don't care for any of the 3D designs, and I don't care for the dump truck is because of the poor crew guys and the body shop guys. Those are a pain to constantly fix. So I would. Who the hell made Spence with no beard?
Whoa!
No!
Whoa!
Oh, it just gets better every show.
Oh my god!
That is him. I can confirm. That's Austin Spence with no beard. That's him.
Yes. It looks very bad, and no, I will not go back to that.
Looking like he's 18 years old. Funny thing is, that was just last year, so that's what
it was. Like. It was so bad. I was so bored from quarantine. I was like, screw it. I'm going to shave my beard. Never again. Anyway,
put up James Trentina's picture real quick. If you're watching and have experience in crewing or driving, we are looking for a driver for Barely Tame and also a couple crew guys. Must live in or relocate to Minnesota. So there you go. For somebody looking to get into the industry, or just somebody who's got experience wanting to get another gig.
Don't mind living in Minnesota, then this is a job for you.
Then there you go. We know it's cold up there, but you know what? Sometimes the sacrifices, it's worth it. So get a hold of James Trantina with the USA One camp. Be a part of everything that's going on. Everything's going on with the USA One team, because I'm telling you, they're going to be in the spotlight. They're going to be on the news highlights. They're going to be in the limelight for a long time to come. So definitely get a hold of James Trantina and see what you can do for that team. Now, we're talking about Tristan England possibly in his first quarter adventures, and we're going to get into the first quarter stuff.
Are we going to get into what could possibly be talked about on the season kickoff show since we're talking about next year?
Okay. So first of all, my one question is, we already did away with the Max D with spikes and the fender flares. Why is that brought back?
Oh, yeah. Dude, I didn't even recognize that till just now.
I didn't even notice that till you just pointed that out.
Come on.
Unless that's like a show body, because we know Feld likes to save and put away certain bodies for certain occasions. So maybe
for looks for the show. Maybe that's all.
Or what's going to be really funny, y'all, is if none of us actually paid attention to anything that's going on, and this was the freaking pre-show picture from 2020, and they're just resurfacing it, and we're all getting excited about it.
It could very well be, but you and I both recognize that crane in the ceiling, so this is in the fabrication department. They had to move everything out of the way because
this is one thing I wanted to bring up, Spence, is if they're going to go ahead and they're going to do that, okay, this is already set up. It's there. You and I both know that production cannot be stopped for more than a day around there at Feld, okay? And
no, absolutely not.
So if they're doing this leads me to believe that the Monster Jam Kickoff show is not going to be a live show. And I can honestly see them go ahead and slapping this on NBC and let it be played on national television. That would only make sense to me if it's not going to be a live show. Now, I will say this. If they're not doing NBC, it actually doesn't make sense that it's not going to be a live show at that point. It needs to be live. Let fans interact. Let them comment. Let them chat. I think it's very, very odd. We're seeing pictures of this shop surfacing, assuming, like I said, assuming that this isn't just a picture from last year and we're all getting hyped up about it, because that could be true. But that's what I think personally is
here's
going on.
why I think this is not a picture from last year, because look at the tarp in the background.
That the tarp that's covering the truck in the background?
Yes. Okay. That is, you can clearly see that it's either an SUV or digger body.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that's got to be probably the Gravedigger anniversary body. And to be completely honest with the way Feld has done things this year, I have a feeling that I'm not going to give my hopes up if they are doing a 40th anniversary body. I have a feeling it's just going to be what they did for the 30th, where it's just going to be the regular Gravedigger paint scheme, with instead of the 3 with the moon as the 0 and a ribbon,
4 with the moon with the 0.
Exactly. And maybe they'll have something big planned for the big World Finals. I don't know.
Finals that isn't yet confirmed by Feld Entertainment.
Not yet confirmed by Feld Entertainment, but we saw it with the whole Campy World Stadium that they're gonna hold it again. Again, I just having a World Finals in Florida in the middle of summer is just not. It was not a good idea.
Sucks. I don't see any reason.
Terrible.
If you're gonna have, and I'm just speculating, I don't know this, but if you're only gonna have like 2 stadium tours, 2 arena tours, I don't see any freaking reason to have this thing prolong itself all the way till May, anyways, right? And rumor has it that there's not going to be any breaks for these guys. These guys are nonstop from Jan 1 all the way to World Finals, which doesn't make sense to me. Why would you not add in another tour? You've got plenty of people available, unless you're mandating the vaccine, and then that's a whole other discussion.
They don't have plenty of people available.
Maybe that's
what they got to work with.
Maybe that's just it. I don't know, but I can see that just being. I don't know. That's going to be rough on the crew guys if this is true, but that's just my personal guess, is that the kickoff show is already filmed. It's already done. They're going to wait and release it possibly on NBC Sports, or maybe just put it out there on their website whenever they're ready to release it. But you thought of something the other day that you like. Is this kickoff show going to be announced like any day now? Because you saw something else that makes you think that this is going to be announced pretty soon.
A fan pointed out today that you go on Ticketmaster and it's already showing shows in Anaheim next year for 3 separate weekends. So, and it says that pre-sale starts September 13th. Well, that would mean that the kickoff show would have to happen before the 13th, I'm assuming, if they want to sell tickets and get the word out there.
The 13th, and I believe that is a Monday, which is an odd time to have a kickoff show anyway. So would they not have that on a weekend? You know, maybe this
you think a Friday or something.
This next week, the kickoff show maybe will just randomly be released. I don't know.
This is just really odd. I got to be completely honest. I mean, don't be wrong. It's cool that they're bringing monster trucks back to Anaheim, because that's one of the biggest events in a stadium tour. And honestly, when I went and stayed in California for, oh gosh, what was it, 2 months? It was 2 months too many. I'm sorry, Harley. I really didn't care for
you were in the southern part of California, so that's okay.
I'm sorry, not a big fan of Southern California. Just gas prices were like over $5 a gallon. Oh gosh, it was bad. But the venues were really nice. I enjoyed Anaheim. The Angel Stadium is super cool. San Diego, kind of sketchy. Oakland, never want to go back.
What's wrong with Oakland? You don't have to answer that. I already know how Oakland is. I've spent many times there. That's fine.
Harley grew up in Oakland.
I did not grow up in Oakland. I grew up outside of Oakland, but not in Oakland. So
Skull Crushers from NorCal.
Yes.
Oakland makes Detroit look good. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, that's no.
Welcome to Smack Talk on the Toronto Show, and here we go. And I thought you knew something about Detroit too, Spence. Did you not?
Yeah, because you guys were all amping up California. Yay, Southern California shows are back. Well, Detroit is also having shows coming back in February. End of February, Detroit is finally going to be having 2 stadium shows, which I don't know if I'm going to go to both, but I'm going to go to at least one of them because I miss seeing monster trucks in Detroit. So,
well, I'll be completely honest with you. We weren't leaving out Detroit because, we want to upset you. Honestly, we actually didn't know anything about the Detroit show. However, we like secretly kind of hate Detroit because of what it did to us when we were there.
Detroit scarred
that
us.
wasn't Detroit's fault.
No, it was
No,
Detroit's
yeah,
fault.
it was.
It was their.
Well, it wasn't that bad because I got to spend my 21st birthday in Detroit. Out of all places.
See, where else would you want to spend your 21st birthday other than Detroit Rock City, right?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Yeah, right. It was super cold, and
did you at least get a Coney dog? Maybe some Faygo Pop?
We went to some nice burger
Absolutely
restaurant,
not.
and then we went to the casino and had.
We
a good
were
time.
hanging out and drinking some Dr. Pepper, who is in the comments as of right now as well. I don't know if y'all have seen this or not. Who wants a lifetime supply of Dr. Pepper? We want a sponsorship over here is what we really want. DP. Be interesting to see how many crew guys leave MJ in the next couple months or so. Quite a few have reached out. Rumors starting about like 15, 20 people leaving from crew side and a couple pretty good drivers leaving. One you mentioned already tonight. Wowza!
Yeah, this could very much happen. So maybe that's why we haven't seen a kickoff show yet, because we might have a lot of to be announced events happening.
Yep.
What if we see more independents in the Monster Jam circuit this upcoming year?
It'll be like 2 company trucks and then like 10
I would be so happy. To be completely honest, I would be thrilled to see more independents take over Monster Jam than seeing company trucks. To be completely honest.
I would put money on it, honestly, at this point. Now, let's get away from this for just a moment. We can come back to the drama, but I just realized we weren't done recapping the weekend. Let's talk about the world's youngest monster truck driver right now. Let's talk about Shane Plato in the Skull Crusher monster truck.
Hold on. Let's talk about this intro at the show he was at.
Okay. All right.
Intro.
Just their intros at these Bill Payne shows.
Oh my gosh. If you've never seen a Bill Payne intro, these are insane.
Get after it, Shane. Yeah.
Oh man, these guys know how to put on a show.
Always wild and crazy, and I love it.
Because your dad used to drive for Bill Payne, didn't he? Back in the day?
He crewed and he drove California Kid for a couple of years, I believe.
So I just got to say, Spence, we were talking about, if we ever were to come out with like a video game or some type of maybe board game, possibly. This is a spot that needs to be a stop on a tour, because look at the background, having those tall ass trees in the background, the way the track is set up. I absolutely love it. Check that out. Somebody's running the Skull Crusher in the final round of racing, and Shane gets his first ever racing win out there in California. So pumped for that. And I believe this is a side angle of that same race. Is that correct, or is this a different race?
No, this is a different race, because I believe he won in the finals. Oh, he bumped into the Cali Kid. Oh no! I've never seen a pit maneuver in a monster truck show, but that is awesome.
It wasn't pretty, but a win is a win.
A win is a win.
Oh, that is amazing. But I'm glad Shane's okay. But oh my gosh, like he almost put Cali Kid on his lid.
Hey, as far as I'm concerned, Shane out there, the youngest monster truck driver currently that we know of, 13 years old, is proven he's a tough son of a gun. He's proven that he's driving out there with a broken freaking leg. He's going out there driving. He just got his COVID vaccine. He's feeling some side effects from it. He's not feeling good. And he's still going out there, standing around for an hour and a half pit party, and still going out there and putting on a good show, trying new things, trying to be innovative, trying to keep up with all these guys from straight up racing. And Bill Payne's, to my knowledge, hometown show. And I absolutely just wowed everybody this past weekend.
Man,
Shane watching right now. He said Bill did not lift. He was in Cali Kid.
It's Bill Payne, man. Of course he's not going to lift.
His hometown show. It's his hometown show. Why would he?
That's his driving style. He never lifts.
Oh man, dude, I'm jealous. I wish I was at this show. This looks awesome. This looks like a ton of fun.
Well, I just gotta say, we're gonna be keeping up with the Skull Crusher camp and what's going on with that team. I think you can definitely just expect to see a lot of wow moments, a lot of wow factors coming from Shane Plato. And I believe this is the second night going out there. Another what appears to be a sold out crowd, and Shane gets the racing victory again. Look at him drifting in the corner, 13 years old, hitting the final race ramp and winning race again. That other trucking lane did not have a good lane. I don't know what that was about, but looked like it hurt. But look at this boy going here riding wheelies. And I know he's been out there practicing the stoppies as well. This guy is really taking the monster truck community by storm over there on the west side.
Man, he's going to be. I mean, keeping up with the Bill Payne camp is already impressive enough. I mean,
and he's only 13.
Yeah, 13 years old.
Years to learn to like just perfect his craft in the truck.
You know what? I'm going to say this. I want to see this Shane kid. I want to see him line up against Rosalie if she ever gets back in a truck. I want to see him take on Rosalie Raymer.
Okay, good matchup.
I'm just saying. We were talking about low-level center of gravity trucks, kind of like Jimmy Creighton last time. I want to see how he can hang up with a truck of that caliber. You know, sorry. The Raymers are known for keeping up with the big boys in Monster Jam, so kind of getting used to that kind of style competition. You know, 13 years old, going up against Rosalie. She's got a reputation.
Mm-hmm. So who we got right now? These young guns are out here running the full sizes. We got Shane Plato. We got who we just talked about here recently on the show. The name's slipping my mind right now. Who
Colton Kaiser.
Well, I'm going to bring him in the conversation, but no, I wasn't talking about him. But yes, Colton Kaiser, definitely. I don't know if they have a full size truck or if they're building one. If they're
I know the Warhead monster truck.
Warhead,
they're
that's what I'm
working
thinking of.
They're working on a full size truck.
Yeah. No, I really want to see what Colton gets put in because I believe the Kaisers are actually really good friends with Pizzo. So, and I believe he's actually the one that fabricated and built the American Scout truck that he pilots. So, I think he's going to get put in a pretty good piece, and seeing Colton drive a full size truck. I mean, I think that's going to be.
And also CJ.
That's who I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yep, CJ.
That's who I'm thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, CJ Ratu. Which
These
again, I think he had a pretty good run.
This is actually the young gun class that we're thinking of right here, and they are going to start taking over monster trucks. And it's we're hoping that Mason Minner, I believe, is of the Warhead monster truck or mini monster truck camp, and he's trying to break that record that Skull Crusher Shane Plato holds right now of being the youngest monster truck driver. And they're thinking Mason can still get in at, I guess, 12 years old and beat that record and become the youngest.
My sister Paige is watching. Paige, will we see you in a monster truck soon?
Come on.
You've already got to ride in a monster
truck. Come
on.
on. She'll be the youngest, right, at that point, won't she? Is she 12?
Don't put me on the spot.
Paige, how old are you?
Paige, how old are you?
At max, she's 12. At max, she's 12, but I was thinking she was 11.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't think she's that young.
Man. I got to say, I'm really glad that we're here talking about monster trucks today because I was getting really tired of seeing nothing but football on the TV.
4 days.
Yeah, how rude, Harley.
You're thinking 11, 12. I'm like, she's not that young.
I don't know.
She's a preteen.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Disrespectful.
Moving on.
Put some respect on
it. We also had the how do you say it?
Mega Monster Trucks Tour, I believe, in Wichita, Kansas.
That's what it's called. Yeah.
Their first ever show. And I got to say, from the looks of it, it looks like it went pretty well for them. I don't know. We weren't there, but this looks like it.
We weren't there. There's some clips I could find of the event, and it didn't look too bad. It looked like a good first show. First couple shows.
I gotta say, you know, I will say there's a lot of empty seats up there, but I don't really know if they have any kind of like regulations as they normally do in some of these arenas. But the lineup they had was actually a pretty good size lineup for the show. You got Dragon Slayer, Backdraft, Tantrum. I believe you got Muddy Girl.
Muddy Girl, yep.
Like this is a pretty good lineup for an independent arena show. But for a very first event, they did extremely well. I gotta hand it to them.
I gotta say, yeah, for a very first show, that stout of a crowd, that's really not that bad, y'all. Check that out. That's something different than freestyle motocross and a dinosaur tearing up stuff. So that's pretty cool. James Trantina is currently right now trying to recruit Rodney Tweedy to come and drive for the USA One camp right now. That would be awesome to see Hot Rod finally drive the USA One truck that he was supposed to drive many years ago.
Will we see Hot Rod move to Minnesota? Will Hot Rod do it?
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Move to Minnesota?
Here we go.
Oh, boy.
Hot Rod's going to be taking over the USA One camp. He's going from the Ford team to the Chevy camp.
Well, we still don't know 100% if it's going to be a Chevy, do we? For USA? I mean, you can't really have USA One without a Chevy, but I think it'd be funny if it wasn't a Chevy.
It would be sweet, wouldn't it?
I think so.
Bus.
The Rumble bus.
I used to ride a similar bus back in high school.
Totally just threw your own damn self under the bus.
And you said it's a Chevy, Spence.
Okay.
It is a Chevy.
You can mix it up. I'm just saying.
But yeah, for a first show there in the Kansas City area for that tour, from the looks of it, didn't go over that bad. I don't know if they were planning to sell out, but I don't think you could ever actually plan to sell out at a very first event. And you had some good trucks there. It looks like the show went over really well. So hats off to y'all for pulling that off.
100%. Yeah. The only thing that kind of went south for that show is poor Backdraft ended up on his lid. But love is fair, and monster trucks, they're meant to break. So anyway, so what else do we got to go over this evening?
There's also an anniversary of another truck that you guys were wondering
That's
if you were
true.
going to get a new body for.
So yeah, I want to give a shout out to the Monster Truck Collecting Group. I believe it was Danny Mash that actually pointed this out. And Hot Wheels has a chase piece for Snakebite. And it is to pay tribute to the very first diecast that came out, I believe, in 1991 when Bigfoot and Hot Wheels had their partnership. So if you find it, keep it because it's rare. Trace pieces are very hard to find when it comes to Hot Wheels Monster Trucks line. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Tweety, because you know more about the history of Bigfoot and everything than I do. Wasn't Hot Wheels? Didn't the whole partnership with Hot Wheels, Snakebite was created to mainly be the bad guy truck to Bigfoot, right?
From what I understand, you're just speaking the truth there. Yeah, that's what I was told. That's what I grew up understanding, is that Hot Wheels came up with that concept because they wanted a bad guy, driver basically for Bigfoot. He ended up being the mass driver and the whole bit. There were a lot of concepts for Snakebite before it was actually ever aired and put together. And that wicked, if you see the top right, that first Snakebite was the original one right there. I believe on a Bigfoot 4 chassis, if I'm not mistaken. And they were just saying just how difficult it was to get all that put together, the different concepts for that. It was the first of its kind, though, the first of the 3D character bodies, really. I mean, it really broke the mold in the way monster truck bodies are made and formed, and obviously the concept for monster trucks in general. So Snakebite is a very important piece to the monster truck community. Personally, my all-time favorite scheme of the Snakebite truck is that one you see right smack dab in the middle. That's the green paint job there, but it also has the Raptor fender flares on the backside. I don't know, something about that. It sets it off. I love that body style of the Snakebite truck. The paint scheme sheet down the bottom right hand corner, not with the black wheels, but when that paint scheme first came out. Sorry, I'm tripping over my words. My dad, Rodney Tweedy, actually debuted that truck. Fun fact, that body on a Bigfoot 10 chassis. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, went by the name of Peter Python.
Peter Python.
Peter Python.
Why does it sound like an old school nursery rhyme?
Little Peter Python. Yep.
Little Peter Python. Okay. I gotta agree with you. The modern Snakebite, but I'm more biased towards the red body because it pays more tribute to the original. I like the red body better than the green. No disrespect to the green, but I like the red better than the green. But what I was trying to get at, we all know that Hot Wheels Live is coming back. Mm-hmm. If Snakebite was an original concept by Mattel and Hot Wheels, why is Snakebite not coming to Hot Wheels Live?
So what we know so far about what's going on at the Bigfoot camp, it looks like both Darren and Rebecca are teaming up and they're going to take on one tour. Rebecca driving Bigfoot and Darren driving, I believe, Race Ace. We see that Christian Norman is coming back, and it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, the Race Ace body was also plastered on his truck, and we know that means there's got to be one more spot left on a tour. They're not going to take just one truck and send them, from one certain team. So there's got to be another truck in that camp. Maybe it's the 30th anniversary for Snakebite. Y'all, what do you think about that? And what if Scott Buteau's driving it?
Oh my gosh, here we go again.
Back to Scott Buteau and Hot Wheels.
Sound like a broken record over here, I know.
All right, in the comments, everybody, what would Scott Buteau's Snakebite persona be? That's what I want to know. But I want to, if it really amazes me that, Mattel and Hot Wheels with Bigfoot had this partnership forever ago. And then I believe it was in 1999 or 2000, they signed with Monster Jam and they had their contract forever. They recently come back to Bigfoot and Hot Wheels, and even they recognize the anniversary for Snakebite, which I would be honest, a lot of us probably missed. Like, I did not even know that it was the 30th anniversary for Snakebite until I saw the diecast chase piece on Monster Truck Collecting. Everybody was talking about it. Super cool. But it also raises the question, it's like, why is Monster Jam not talking about anniversaries like at all? Like, yes, we know Gravedigger's Big 40 is next year, but again, nothing for Toro, nothing for Son of a Digger. Probably not going to be anything for Monster Mutt probably in 2023 or 2022.
I got to say, The no anniversary for Toro, that's a pretty big one. Okay. Toro has been a pillar in Monster Jam, and no respect for that. I think it hits me personally, being obviously biased towards that truck and that team, and no respect shown there. And I will say this, say they go and they do something for Ryan Anderson instead of a Digger. And as hurtful this is going to sound to y'all who are Ryan Anderson fans, and we love Ryan Anderson. Okay. It's just that the momentum is almost gone for that at this point. It's like, that should have happened earlier on in the year. The fact that Ryan
year's almost over.
The fact that Ryan did not start off a first quarter tour and a 10th anniversary Son of a Digger was a bummer. Gets midway through the summer, absolutely nothing. And then it's just right now here we're at the the downhill side of the year, and he's just now getting back in Son of a Digger. And now that it was like, hey, the year's not over yet. We could still. But it's like, okay, that'd be like going out. Or like having somebody cook a badass dinner at your house. Like your grandma came over. She cooked a badass dinner for y'all. You had a great dinner. You had, you had the best chocolate chip cookies you've ever had in your life. Listen, you had the best chocolate chip cookies you've ever had in your life for dessert. And then once you're full and you're done, you got your sweetness kick and all that stuff. And then realizing, oh, there's an apple pie left in the kitchen. Oh, well, I'm full. I'm done. Like, yeah, that's great. It's cool knowing that that's there, but I don't want any part of that. That's how I feel with the Son of a Digger 10th anniversary, y'all.
All right, Tweety, it's chocolate chips, okay? Chocolate chips. Like, I'm sorry, but me and Harley were kind of cracking up. You're stumbling over words there, buddy.
You're talking a little bit too fast. What are you drinking?
You're not an auctioneer. We're talking monster trucks, man.
Just upset. It's disrespect. That's it.
You're just upset that there's no Toro anniversary.
Honestly, I am too. Like, even if anybody played Monster Jam Steel Titans and you had like the pre-order, they had actually, you know what, I think I have, for those of you that don't know, I love
the gold one.
Yes, so I love these mini monster trucks, and this is one of the chase pieces. Wow, thank you, green screen. Thank you, green screen. Appreciate it. So you probably can't see it, but there's a gold miniature El Toro Loco. Even if it was something like that, just a little something extra to just add to, hey, this is a limited, we're only going to see this for 1 year. It's a big anniversary, yada, yada. Just something. Just do something for all of us. Even if it was just a tailgate or something, like 40 years of grabbing life by the horns, or just some cheesy like that. I mean, fans will eat it up.
Well, I like Jose Oliveira's comment down there in the comment section. If they would put an anniversary for Loco and they bring back Bulldozer and let the Bulls fight it out again, yeah, that would be pretty sick. They should do that. But
can we? Oh my gosh, please! I would love to see
the black El Toro body. I love
Austin Tweedy eating a cheeseburger.
Intensified munching. Oh my gosh, look at that old picture they found of you.
That's actually me announcing the show.
That's actually you.
Oh my God.
That is an old picture of you.
18 years old, haven't even graduated high school yet, eating a cheeseburger, announcing the show. You can see why my career in announcing didn't last very long.
What are you talking about? You came right back to it. Look what we have. Look what we built together.
I mean, you're basically announcing.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we can see that I'm still not good at pronouncing my words. Whatever's in here, we got to, gotta stop drinking that. Anyways, back to what I was saying, though. Like, the hype is almost gone for Ryan Anderson. Son of a Digger. If they did something, it's like, all right. But we're kind of past that point right now. I mean, it's like.
So here's another question I got to ask. So every year with Monster Jam, we've seen that Walmart has had these exclusives. Like, you saw the Fire and Ice, you had the Gears and Galaxies, whatever. Monster Mud has been the only truck through the entire year that has had a special design paint scheme for Gears and Galaxy. So my question for next year, because I don't think Monster Jam has anything in the budget to even try to bring back All-Star. I'd love to see it, but I don't think it's going to happen. But if they do run a limited series, are they just going to skip over, or are they going to try and rebrand this whole, like, versus teams tour ordeal? Like, I don't know. Like, I'd like to see it, but I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts?
I think the Gears and Galaxy thing is another thing that they basically kind of dropped the ball on, because they just did one truck.
I feel like that body was ready, and then COVID happened, and then they're just like, okay, well, we got to use it.
So
put it on a truck.
Exactly. That body we know has been around for a while. We've talked about this on the show before. That's got to be like the worst ever reveal for a Monster Jam body, because we all knew it was coming. Mm-hmm. Anybody who's an actual fan and stays plugged into the Monster Jam community knew what that body looked like before it was even revealed. It was like, wow, what a letdown.
See, I was extremely sad because before COVID actually happened, I remember going into the body, and I could say this because, this series is done and over with. I remember going into the body shop and Zombie Gravedigger was being painted for a debut, and it was beautiful.
So what do you think they did with that? You think they just scrapped it?
Possibly, and I hate to see it because
like in their back pocket, waiting to bring it out for something.
I would like
maybe that's the covered truck.
Yeah, maybe that's it. They're bringing that back out. Finally,
bringing back Zombie Grave, or what if it's a collaboration of all the different like exclusives? So you have like a hood from one series, you have one body side from another, so it's just all different. But it's not really a 40th anniversary. The one truck I would love to see that Spin Master and the creative team have designed for Gravedigger is a Reckless Gravedigger. And if you've not seen that diecast, it is a collaboration of like multiple different designs of Gravedigger over the years. You had the red panel truck, you had the blue and silver original, the Legend, you had the green Ghost, you had I think it was Digger 7 before they implemented the purple, and it was just all over. It literally was like a Frankenstein of Gravediggers held together. I think that would look badass as a tribute anniversary truck rather than regular Gravedigger. Slap a ribbon on it. It's like, here you go.
Somebody I want to give a shout out to real quick is Brandon in Washington, who ordered some merch from us this past week. I just want to say thank you so much, Brandon. Thank you for enjoying the show. He left that as a comment on our page. We see your comments if you leave them, and thank you so much for supporting us. We're going to be getting out this next weekend to a show, and we'll talk about more on this topic on Wednesday. But that's just because of y'all supporting us, going through. And when you order merch, that gets us out there, that gets us behind the scenes at these shows, and we're able to get y'all the coverage that you want to see. And I just want to know, I mean, what do y'all want to see behind the scenes footage? I mean, y'all probably know what trucks look like on toter tires and trucks, the big tires being put on. But what do you really want to see? You want to see some guys back there, running the valves on an engine? You want to see some guys back there doing a tranny swap? What do y'all want to see? Because we can make that happen. Okay, that's what we have access to. But we need y'all support. We need y'all to head over to throttleoutshow.com. Show us some love.
I keep getting messages from this Todd LeDuc. Spence, did you see my Sexy LeDuc calendar preview? I did. I'm still having nightmares. Thank you.
Still having nightmares. I already put my order in.
Of course you did.
My gosh. Of course you did.
Somebody put up there in the comment section just a few moments ago about, we're going to protest for Monster Energy diecast. Yeah, I definitely agree. It's about time we make something like that happen. They're starting to hurt now for Monster Energy.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, they're kind of rare. They're hard to find. They sell out really quick at a show. They don't have a lot on demand right now. But yeah, let's get a Monster Energy diecast going on.
Honestly, I think it's really dumb because I think their whole persona behind not having a Monster Energy diecast is they think that they're promoting energy drinks to children. I'm sorry, but
how are they not doing that by just running the truck on the track?
Exactly. If Monster Jam is a family event to where you bring kids to enjoy monster trucks, are you not already doing that by having a truck sponsored by Monster Energy? It's just kind of a double standard. It's like, oh, well, we don't want to promote kids to drink energy drinks, but look at our monster truck. Makes no sense.
No.
I don't know. I do like this comment down here. Harley, what would you think? I mean, you think you're going to see Adam take over the special body of the 40th anniversary Gravedigger? I mean, we can already.
Or would it be Kristen?
Yeah. I think I could see Adam more driving the anniversary truck, and then everyone else might just have a little 40 on the side.
Yeah.
But I think Adam's probably going to drive the special anniversary truck if there is one.
If there is one.
Assuming
that there is.
We're all assuming there's a Gravedigger under
maybe
that tarp.
Kristen gets the special edition paint job, and Adam is driving Gravedigger the Legend.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd like to see the Legend return because that old Ford panel truck just looks so good. I just didn't care for the yellow bead locks when that came out.
Yeah.
But it could be there's a lot that we all know that Jim McShay can do. If you don't follow Jim McShay, the painter for Gravedigger on Instagram, the guy is extremely talented, is capable of doing so much. When you watch him actually paint a Gravedigger, they have all the stencils right there to basically put an entire Gravedigger body together. I mean, it's literally just slap all the decals on, airbrush, or not decals, stencils, sorry, and a couple fine details here and there. I will say this. I remember when we first worked or still worked for Monster Jam, sorry. And Jim, he's putting all these bodies together, and there was a couple issues he had on some bodies. I remember looking, I think it was Randy Brown's truck, some fan sent me a picture of one of the tombstones. You know how it says all the trucks' name? It says Blue Thundered.
Oh.
So you imagine just the amount of paint fumes of being tired because each body is like 40 hours a week and constantly like painting a gravedigger. Then it goes on and gets destroyed, and then just over and over and over again.
So Daniel Bell brings a good point down here. What if we actually see Weston bring back the legend or the 40th anniversary? I mean, Weston is of the age now. We could possibly be seeing him get into Monster Jam. And I've mentioned this before.
I honestly
on
don't
the show.
see Weston coming ever into Monster
I don't
Jam.
know. And like I said,
he's doing really well in the mega truck scene with Dennis, to be completely honest.
It's not just that, though. It's just, I don't want to say who I talked to, but to say somebody who knows Weston very well. And they were saying that Monster Jam was in the future for Weston. And I didn't believe that whenever I heard it, even especially who it came from. But I wouldn't be surprised now.
I can see Monster Jam going to Weston, but I don't know if Weston wants to go the Monster Jam route with how successful he's been with trucks and mega trucks.
Hey, after that show in Oklahoma that they put on, though, if they keep doing those shows, I don't think they're gonna be wanting to get back in.
Exactly, like, you know, Dennis with Dennis's name, and he's going to keep putting on these independent shows. I mean, he did. I think he had a hand in that Delaware show with the metal shop. I mean, that was a great show. And then you see what they did in Oklahoma. That was an awesome show. I just wish they promoted it better because they would have had more of a better crowd. But I think if they wanted to stick with monster trucks, stay out of Monster Jam, because I think they'd be a lot more successful outside of Monster Jam than they would be inside of Monster Jam.
Now, before we wrap up, Spence, you got anything you want to get off your chest? Harley, what about you?
You act like I got a rant about something.
I just want to make sure before I say, look, just so y'all know, here in the very near future, we have at minimum of 5 new designs coming out. Okay. And I know y'all are going to love these designs. They're completely different. And one of them you've actually seen on here before. I'm talking about the throttle pepper design. So that's one of them. Y'all know what that looks like. Other than that, we have a couple new products going out as well here in the near future.
Yes.
Within the next month, we're going to be releasing these. You're going to see our names running with some teams coming up this first quarter. We're pretty pumped about that. But we need y'all's help. Go to the throttleoutshow.com and get this shirt right here, the white flagship. Get you a hat while you're there. And then go check out Vixen Industries and see what all they can do for you. Use code, what is it?
Harley 15.
15% off.
Yes. So before we close out, because I know you're getting ready to close everything out, I want to apologize on Taylor's behalf. So I know we did our little basically creative session that we had on Wednesday about putting a truck together. Unfortunately, Taylor's computer completely died today. I've been talking to him. Katie's kind of a computer whiz compared to me, and we've just been trying to figure out what's going on, and basically his computer just completely died. So some of the designs and everything he has to still send us, the customs and everything that he's been working on, it seems like it's going to set him back a little bit, but I think we may have something for him to kind of get him back on track, hopefully. But just know that our custom truck, I think it was a retro version of XDP. I saw what he had as a concept for it. Look beautiful. I can't wait till he actually finishes it. But we did not forget about that. We still want to continue doing stuff like that with you guys. But unfortunately, it was just something that was a malfunction that he had no control over. So we'll get him back up and running as soon as we can.
No doubt. Remember, when in doubt, throttle out. Peace out, y'all. Good night.